I've been reading here for a while, but never had the courage to post. Now my divorce finalizes next week, and I feel like I owe the truth somewhere. My husband found out about my affair by accident. He was using my phone to send a photo to his mom and saw the other man's name pop up. At first, the messages probably looked mundane and frivolous, but they quickly became things no spouse should ever have to read. Flirting, discussions of the meetups, things I never should have said to anyone except my husband. He confronted me, and that's when I did one of the worst things I could have done. I said the words that I now realize must have cut him even deeper. It didn't mean anything. Of course it did, it fucking did. Because I risked everything important in my life, my job, my marriage, my kids for it, for him. I'd never forget how he was shaking when he confronted me. I could see he was barely holding himself together. I know the sole reason he tried to keep it together was for our kids. Meanwhile, I had been meeting this man in motels like some pathetic teenager sneaking around. The other man knew I was married. He had seen photos of my family on my social media. He had even been through a separation himself. That doesn't excuse anything I did, but I know my husband felt especially humiliated because it wasn't some secret hidden life. It was right there in the open. Eventually, the other man texted my husband apologizing and basically saying he knew about my family, but kept falling for me because I flirted with him. My husband responded, telling him to keep his trophy because the trash was his now. Reading that later made me realize just how much pain and anger I created. One of the things that hurts me the most now is realizing how many small betrayals were layered inside the big one, things I didn't even think about at the time. I always used condoms with my affair partner. At one point, I even bought them and hid them in one of my drawers we had in our home. I hurriedly discarded them after D-Day, but husband found them in the trash after the dog got into it, and it opened a wild can of worms. Looking back, I can't believe how many lies I stacked on top of each other just to protect myself in the moment. Each lie probably made him feel crazier and more paranoid, and he deserved honesty. Eventually, he told me to get out and go be with the other man. The truth is, I didn't want that. But I understand now that what I wanted stopped mattering the moment I chose to betray him. I broke the trust of the person who loved me the most and built a life with me. The house we picked together, our kids, our family routines. All of it got shattered because of my choices. The divorce finalizes next week. I'm not posting this for sympathy because I know I'm the one who caused the damage. I'm finally starting to understand the scale of damage I caused. I wish I had understood it before everything crumbled to pieces. Update: I'm facing things about myself I avoided for years. I didn't expect my original post to get as many responses as it did. I read every comment, even the ones that were hard to digest, especially those. A lot of people told me that if I want to become a better person, I have to stop minimizing what happened and start being brutally honest with myself about why I did what I did. So I'm trying to do that here. The divorce finalizes next week, and the closer that date gets, the more the reality of everything sinks in. My husband and I barely speak unless it's about the kids or the sale of the house. Every conversation feels like standing in the ruins of something we spent years building. And the truth is, the affair wasn't just some random lapse in judgment. There were parts of myself I had been hiding, even from myself, for a long time. I've struggled with hypersexual behavior for years. I was constantly consuming pornography and getting deeper into kinks, content, and fantasies. I knew it was becoming unhealthy. I knew it was warping how I thought about sex and intimacy. But instead of addressing it, I kept feeding it in private and pretending everything was normal in my real life. I'm deeply ashamed of how much those desires started to control me. The man I cheated with didn't have to convince me much. That's one of the things that makes me feel sick when I think about it. I didn't fight it the way someone who truly respected their partner should have. I crossed the line quickly and willingly, and I hate admitting this, but the experience itself was intense in a way that fed directly into the fantasies I had been building in my head for years. The kind of anonymous, reckless situation I had been fantasizing about actually happened. Being dominated, degraded, treated like I didn't matter. It was exactly the kind of scenario I had been consuming online for so long. I hate that part of myself, because while it felt intense in the moment, what followed was the destruction of the most important relationship in my life. I betrayed the man who loved me, trusted me, and built a family with me. I exposed him to humiliation and pain he never deserved. And I did it for something that now feels empty and ugly compared to what I lost. What's scaring me right now is realizing how compartmentalized I was. I was a mother, a wife, someone who tried to be responsible and stable on the outside. But there was this other side of me that I kept feeding in secret until it finally broke through and destroyed everything. I feel like the worst person on earth some days. There are moments where I think about what I did and I feel physically sick with shame. Then there are moments where memories or dreams pop up and I feel disgusted with myself for even reacting to them at all. That's the part I don't know how to deal with yet. I've started looking into therapy because it's obvious I can't just ignore this and pretend it will fix itself. Something in me allowed this to happen, and if I don't face it honestly, I'll just keep hurting people, including my children, who deserve a mother who is emotionally stable and accountable. I don't know if my husband will ever see me as anything other than the person who destroyed our marriage. He's probably justified in feeling that way. I wish I could go back and stop myself before any of this happened. I can't, though. All I can do now is face the damage I caused and try to become someone my children won't eventually be ashamed of. If anyone here has dealt with compulsive sexual behavior or similar issues after an affair, I'd really appreciate hearing how you started addressing it. Right now, I feel like I'm staring at parts of myself I avoided for years, and it's overwhelming. Thank you for reading.